Hello, hello, hello. Yeah,
Good
on mute.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are on live. Hey,
Okay, how are you?
everybody. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good. Very good. Very good. I hope everyone can hear me. We are live on YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. We are live on YouTube. We're going to start off with coffee and conversations.
I can.
Good.
That's great.
Good. So we're going to start with our coffee and conversations. So,
Hello, hello.
okay. So let me begin. Hold on. Let's see. I want to let me stop my share really quickly and start my PowerPoint over again. Over here. So today we are going to start our coffee and conversations um, on today to give some information and some insight about learning through Playdate and our core values. So what we want to focus on today is we want to focus on identity safe classrooms. And I think this is an important topic to speak on and really give clarification about because this is a concept that we use in our classrooms to create inclusion. We are creating inclusion in our classroom using the concept of identity safe programming. But before we get started, I do want to introduce myself. My name is Jocelyn Jones. I am the CEO of Learning Through Playdates, and I also have my assistant, and her name is Mrs. Moyo. She is the family relations coordinator here at Learning Through Playdates. Ms. Moyo, did you want to say anything?
Hello, good morning.
It's pretty
Uh,
early here in the States. What time is it in South Africa?
it's 20 minutes to 8.
Yes, so we are 6 hours apart, but we constantly are talking to each other and work with. We become just awesome partners, friends, sisters. So I want to thank her for her hard work in um, helping to bring Learning Through Playdates, to where we are at this point. She's worked very diligently with parents and connecting parents with Learning Through Playdate. And so we are just honored to have her on our team. So thank you so much, Ms. Moyo.
Thank
Again,
you,
she's
my.
in South Africa. And Learning Through Playdates is a online preschool program. And it's geared to children 3 to 5 years old. 3 to 5 years old. And so it is a learning platform in which we believe in learning through play and the identity safe classrooms at our very core, and cultural learning. So we definitely believe in inclusion Also, having strong family partnerships and educational sustainability. So, those are some things that help to foundate and build a foundation here at Learning Through Playdate. So today we are again going to focus on the identity safe classroom concept. So parents and others who are interested in learning through playdates will have a understanding about how we do things around here at Learning Through Playdate. And this is such an important topic to speak on, especially with our classrooms and understanding, what's going on around us and helping children to understand, um, the world around them. And so, identity safe classrooms helps us uh, to make sure that you know that our identities, um, that our cultures are something that is important and that is the framework of our classrooms, centering that as the framework of our classrooms. So we're going to get right into identity safe classrooms. So, what are identity safe classrooms? Well, there are four major ways to create classrooms that are identity safe. So, basically, number one is making sure that your classrooms are child centered. Making sure that your classrooms are child centered is very important because we want to make sure our children have a voice in our classrooms. We want to make sure that our children are being, um, not just seen but heard. Children do have a voice, and their voices are important. And so it's important to acknowledge our children. It's important to allow autonomy, within our classrooms. And, it's important because it promotes responsibility and belonging in the classroom. Everyone wants to feel, belonged. Everybody wants to feel, have a sense of belonging. And I think that it's uber important to have that sense of belonging in our early learning classrooms because what we say to our kids weighs heavy on them. And so we want to make sure that we create an environment that allows them to uh, be able to have a voice and that we're listening to what they say and we're also adhering to the things that we hear our children say or, cry out to. So that is very important. Teaching child-centered teaching is something that creates the identity safe classroom. And then number two is cultivating diversity as a resource. Cultivating diversity as a resource. It's so important to make sure that that diversity is the very framework of your classroom. And diversity is the uniquenesses of different people, um, uh, the collection of their different ideas that are different from yours. And so, diversity is something that should be um, uplifted, it should be celebrated, it should be obtained, maintained. And it should not be a liability. It's not a liability. It is a direct resource to understanding the views of other people, understanding how they maneuver socially, and really collecting that data as educators and using that within the classroom space to create a sharing space, to create a place where children and families feel inclusive. So, we should use our children, we should be using our families as a resource. And also, we ourselves are resources as educators. We have our own cultural point of views. And so we want to also add that within the classroom setting as well, um, because we are all different. And so we have to make sure that culture is being shared throughout the classroom and that it is valued and maintained. So our children and our families are definitely the main resource and how we should, um, conduct our classrooms and make our classrooms feel inclusive. And so we want to make sure that that is being done in identity safe classrooms, and we do that in learning through Playdate. Thirdly, we um, need to make sure that our classroom relationships are positive and that our classroom relationships are strong. It's very important to promote positive interactions with our students and between students and teachers, and also with your families as well. You want to have close ties with your students. You want to have close ties with your students and your parents. And here at Learning Through Playdates, we believe in strong family partnerships because that is the um, very lifeline to our existence here. Without our families and our children, you know, we wouldn't exist. We are here to serve our children and our families. And so positive interactions, positive relationships with families is important. And Miss Moya, would you like to kind of chime in and just talk about how important it is to have solid relationships, positive relationships with your children and families in your learning programs?
A classroom relationship, it helps the children to interact with each other and share and have a friendship relationship.
Yes. And being that you are the family relations coordinator, how important is it to you to have that type of relationship and to build those relationships within the Learning Through Playdate uh, program?
The, the family relationship with the parents, it needs to be very close so as the parents will be able to share some ideas and to so that the learning through play day will continue surviving.
Program. It's even outside of the program or when and those we want those relationships to still stay strong, to still be just as present as it is in the class. So when they're needing us outside of the classroom setting, we are here to help them. And so we have to foster those type of opportunities and make sure that we're creating safe spaces for relationships to bloom, to grow, to blossom between our children and our students, and also their parents. So that's very important to have strong classroom relationships, especially online. Because we're not physically there. So lines of communication must be open. Um, in our programs. And so that is a time for us to talk about those different ideas and what they want to see in the program. Just throwing back ideas back and forth to help enhance the environments and enhance the program and help to customize the program for their child's needs. And we want to meet them at their needs, and that's what we do here at Learning Through Playdate. So our parent hubs are very, very powerful. Um, Safe spaces. They are very powerful. We share, we collaborate, we listen to our parents' needs, and it's really about them. And it's not about us. It's really about them, and it's really about our children and how we can help them reach academic success through the collaboration of teachers and parents. Okay, and then lastly, what we deem very important in identity safe classrooms are caring classroom environments, making sure emotional and physical comfort are vital, um, for a comfortable and safe environment. So we want to make sure that, um, again, we're not always present with our children. We're not always present with our children, but we want to make sure that we help our parents create caring classroom environments, even in the home or wherever you designate your learning environment, wherever that is. We want to make sure that you are creating an environment for learning, and that even on our side, in the classrooms, that we are still, even though we're virtual, um, we do have several different ways that we uh, that we teach on online, but our most popular is our Playdates live um, online classroom. So these are, you know, real real teachers, real interactions, real connections, real engagement. So even online, we have to create a caring environment, a caring classroom environment for our children, even online if they're not with us. So we have to make sure that they are that emotionally they are being cared for, physically that they are being cared for, making sure that, again, that the classroom environment in their homes are conducive for learning. And that is also why we have parent hubs as well. We teach parents how to create functionality within their home or designated learning environment so that they will be physically comfort, and so that they'll have a classroom um, that they will be able to, uh, be influenced through learning and learning online specifically. So we definitely want to make it comfortable for them. We want to coach our parents on how to make our environments a UDL environment, an environment that is child proof, that is safe for children, that children can be independently functioning in their own environment. So we teach parents how to create learning environments in the home for that, and we do that in our parent hubs, and we give information on how to do that as well. So that is very important. So these are the four ways that we carry out and create identity safe classrooms. So there is a video on identity safe classrooms, and we would like to share that on today. Let me start it from the beginning. Okay, guys. So that is the a wonderful explanation about learning through playdates by Dr. Dorothy Steele, and as you can see, the importance of learning through play. I'm sorry, identity safe classrooms. It is very, very important to have that type of inclusion in your classes. Everybody wants to have a sense of belonging within their classroom, and so that is so important. And to challenge our children within the curriculum is definitely something that we like to do and meet the children at their needs. So this is a great, great interview with Dr. Steele. And with that, like I said, just piggybacking before, how learning through play dates and how important our parent hubs are. We want to create partnerships, with our parents. We want to have positive student engagement and build an online community. That is a part of building an identity safe classroom as well. Offering mentorship, support, consultation, education, helping our parents to collaborate, you know, and with the learning through playdate teachers, and also even financially helping the parents make sure that, they are, stable financially in investing in their children here at Learning Through Playdate. So, hearing the needs of our parents so that their investments are being worthwhile, so that's really important as well in our learning environments, identity safe classroom environments. And also, another key and core value that we implement here is learning through Playdate, um, by created by Dr. Vygotsky. And learning through play is basically how children listen to adults, listen to those around them who are important, and they mimic those social influences. They mimic people that they love, they mimic people that add value to them, and they really play out what they see, what they hear, what they feel, um, in the world around them. And so play is symbolic to children, it is a language. When you see children, they are communicating to you as the adults, as the teacher, as the parents on how they see the world. And so, play is very important through learning through play date. And also, too, it helps. We do dedicate 45 minutes. Usually, we're online between an hour and a half. Just depends on what we're doing. And I know it may seem a long time, but it really is not. Though that hour and hour and a half goes so short, because we have so much going on within that hour and a half. Sometimes we go on for two, depending on the activity, but it's very engaging. We do a full circle time. We have a meal time that we dedicate that to story time. We do music and movement. We have center time, or we allow children to have a discovery time where children can, utilize the toys within the home. Um, and really do, learning through play. We have sensory time also as well within that discovery time, that children are doing sensory projects, which is really, really popular within our learning through playdates classroom, that children have those hands-on experiences. Um, it's really important. So, learning through play is at the very core of our learning, our playdates. Each and every day when we meet, we make sure that children have time to play and not at the screen at all the time. And also, too, children have the freedom to walk away from the screen. They have the freedom to go and play, even while I may be instructing. Children have the freedom to turn off their cameras and listen to us audibly, and and conduct their activities. So we do allow play in our in our classroom settings. It is something that is key. Children have to play. This is the most essential part of a child's development through learning, and that is through the actual action and act of playing. So the Vygotsky believe that language also serves a purpose of regulation or self-control over one's own cognitive processes, such as memory and thought. So even play has a big benefit on children's self-regulation and also with memory and thought as well as 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 I've explained. So it's really important that children um, have a opportunity to play. It's okay to you know I know some philosophies or some um, play groups or child care uh, programs, they do things different. Everybody's program is different. Some like to do worksheets, some, definitely do learning through play. Everybody is different, but here at um, uh, uh, Playdates, we like to definitely stay focused with learning through play. And sometimes we do, offer worksheets just for to create games and so forth, and so forth. But the main focus here at Learn Through Playdates is really children playing and having guided plays and allowing them to discover the world around them through imagination and mimicking and acting out the world around them. And sometimes play is just allowing children to play with pots and pans. And sometimes you see them mimicking their moms, or playing dress up, and putting on mommy's high heels or daddy's shoes or tie. And they're playing those things out because this is what they see. This is the environment that they are in, and they're playing those things out. So learning through play is very important. It is essential here at Learning Through Play Dates. Again, we do have a video that we want to share with you about learning through play. So we're going to start that video. Sometimes this video can get kind of stubborn, as it is doing now. But this is um, the YouTube link here. So if you guys want to actually see this video, is not working on here for whatever reason, you can definitely check this out. What is learning through play? And so the next thing that I want to kind of focus on is the three broad brain networks. And so this is how basically we strategically um, help the children learn different concepts and different um, learning or lessons that we implement in our classrooms. So we want to implement the active networks. Active network is how learners are motivated and engaged. How do we engage our learners? What are we doing to make our days and our learning through Playdate days exciting? How are we, pumping them up, ready to learn? Okay. Um, so these are the whys of learning. How are learners motivated and engaged? How are children motivated? How are you motivating your children? You know, are you, introducing them to different concepts, meeting them at their needs? Are you, um, you know, being supportive, making sure that they understand the concept or the skill set that they are obtaining for the day or for that lesson? Are you challenging, your children? And are they interested in, these um, different skill sets? How are you bringing interest? Why should they be interested in what you're bringing to the table? So This is very, very important. So, basically, when we are implementing the active networks, we are stimulating a child's interest. We got to get them pumped up. We got to get them ready to learn this new concept. How are we implementing those things? So, we want to make sure that we are motivating the children, that we're supporting them when we're introducing a new concept. And it may take, one or two times or three times to really get them stimulated because again, it is a new concept that we're introducing the children to. And so support and just really meeting them at their needs is really important at this point. And then we go on into the recognition networks. And this is, having this concept that we're using here in the active network. Let's say we are introducing the letter A. We want to get them motivated about the letter A and the A sounds. Maybe we're doing this through a song, an ABC rap, rap song. We are introducing this. We're stimulating their interest, like, oh, this is fun, the letter A. So how else can we introduce the letter A? Through recognition networks. So the what of learning, how we gathering the facts and categorizing what we see, we hear, and we read. How are we doing this? How are we conveying the letter A over to the children? What facts are we using? How are we helping them to categorize um, the facts about or the concept of the letter A? How one identifies the letters, the words, or an author style of recognition task. How are we helping them recognize the letter A? Are we doing flashcards? Are we, doing a book on the letter A? What are we doing? Are we, allowing them to paint the letter A? So you want to present the information differently, and that's what we like to do at Learning Through Playdates. We like to mix things up. Just show it, package the idea and the concept differently, every time. But even how we're packaging the idea and concept up differently, it's still the same thing because all children learn differently. So we got to make sure that we kind of mix up um, our ideas of teaching, our teaching methods. And then lastly, strategic networks. And this is how we assess the children learning this new concept. Are we calling on each one of the children to give us a word that begins with the letter A? They've understood the concept, they're motivated about learning the letter A. We package the letter A in different ways to show the children the letter A, and now it's time to assess them. Have they gotten the information? Have we conveyed that information over to them, meeting their needs and helping them to remember what the letter A is and the sound of the letter A? And then sometimes, we might have to go back again, back to the recognition networks, to present the information again because maybe a child didn't get it that time around. So, this is how we make sure that the children are getting the information in our identity safe classroom. So this is very, very important. And we go by these three broad brain networks um, to help children understand that. So this concludes our coffee and conversations. I've enjoyed sharing this information with you guys. And I hope that you learned a lot about learning through Playdates and how we do things here at Learning Through Playdates. It's our way. It's the way that we learn. It's the way that we play, and this is how we play out our Playdate classroom. So I want to thank you so much for joining us on this morning. Miss Moyo, thank you so much for joining in this morning. And so that concludes our coffee and conversations. Y'all have a great, great day. And I will see you in our next coffees and conversations, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. And also too, if you guys want to join Learning Through Playdates, we are on Facebook. Let me say that we're on Facebook. We're on um, Facebook at Learning Through Playdates Online Preschool, and then you can also find our like page, which just says Learning Through Playdates. So please join us on social media, and we would love to have you a part. We're also on WhatsApp, right, Ms. Moyo? How can we find? How can people find us on WhatsApp? I'm new to WhatsApp, so Ms. Moyo, you want to explain?
Yeah, on WhatsApp you will have to find the Mrs. Jocelyn Jones number.
Yes. So
Yes,
you got to find my number.
yes, and my number, which is the South African code, and 078 531 0429.
Okay. And then on a WhatsApp, my number is 678-754-3164. That is the WhatsApp number. So you can find us on WhatsApp, join our WhatsApp group. Okay. Find us on Facebook at Learning Through Playdates Online Preschool, or you can find us on Learning Through Playdate, our like page. So join us either way, guys. So thank you so much, and I will see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Thank
Bye.
you.